bird on a tree. I'm just sitting here. I got time.
Hi everyone, welcome to Freebird Spirit YouTube channel. Thanks for swinging by and hanging out as we do our deep dive. Today's subject of the deep dive is Donald J. Trump, 45, former guy. Yeah, let's see what's going on. Maybe that'll open some other answers that we were looking for as well. So I thought he would be a good one to look at. See what else comes up in regards to him. So I want to do an overall theme card, and I'm using these great cards that one of our family members sent to me, Lucian Despada. Thank you so much. These are awesome. And just to show you, it is Next World Tarot by Christy Road. Yeah, awesome. I love them. I use them personally, but I have yet to use them on here. They're just so big. And yeah, just hard to use because they're big, but that's all right. Our theme card before we get started and throw all the rest of the cards is the Devil. I get this for him often. And I love what's being shown on this card. And so if you guys look at it closely, dissolve the empire undertaking, the new order of ages. But you can see just by looking at the card, that shark, money. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That's totally him on this card. Wow. Who knew? I never noticed that till just now. So can you see him? Wow. All right. So this is the theme of the reading. So let's get going. This should be interesting. I'm going to put this card right down here. We're going to keep it in the reading as it is the theme, right? So I'm going to go ahead and get started with our first layer. So we'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So oops, I forgot to put this down. So, all right, here we go. Changing camera view, and there you go. As we look at this, let's move it up a little so we can see it fully. Sorry, I forgot to turn the camera down first, and I usually fix this before turning it back on. There we go. Right here in the middle, you have, so this is current, immediate stuff happening right around him. As you can see, you have the mature woman here, and I take that as Letitia James. You have a courthouse on one side and concern on the other. So he's highly concerned about this. This is not, he realizes this is danger. Remember, we have the Devil here. And I'm gonna put, oh, so you guys can see it. It's kind of right there. Let's see if it works over here. That's better, I think. All right. Remember, this is the theme, the Devil. And okay. So this is currently around him. We know this is happening, but he literally is concerned about this. And so that would be something that, you know, not necessarily we would have known about him, that he's actually concerned about something. You know what I'm saying? All right. So here above him would be the next line that we look at. And we have false person, message, and thoughts. So he's really thinking about how to spin all of this. He's trying to figure out what his message, what is his narrative, how can he spin this? How is he going to get out of this? So he's really concentrating on this. You know, this is his persona right here, right? All right, so then below, and this is energy that hasn't quite presented yet, but you see he gets some kind of message here. You have the message of concern here, and the message of concern could be, is it a subpoena? Is it a indictment? What is that? But I see it coming in, right? It hasn't quite come in yet, but it will present itself. On this side, you have despair. On this side, you have journey. So it's really just like, what do you say? It's redirecting his journey, right? He's gonna be going somewhere, right? So again, going back to the theme card with the devil, this is his downfall. We are watching his downfall. I often get this for him when we do readings. This usually comes up about him. He literally is just dishonest, and everything to do with that, right? I could go on and on with what that means for him, but you all have your own ideas, so that's good. You understand. But I feel like in this reading, we're watching his downfall. Okay, so let's take a look a little bit with the message of concern along with the message along with thoughts, right? This is literally, when you have this card, it literally is consuming him, this coming into him, right? He understands this is happening now and that he can't get away with it. He's trying to figure out how to get away. How can I disguise myself here and get away from this? Because he now understands this is happening. Like, he's not getting out. He understands that. So now he literally, and this is not a good card, is trying to figure out how to disguise himself and get away. Here we have this one. We have the thoughts, the courthouse, and journey. He's like, okay, so how can I maneuver with it? How can I maneuver around this court, all these court issues? How can I maneuver? How can I come out on top here? But we know that can't happen. Again, despair, concern, message. With these two linked, this is like consuming him. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get that next layer on here. All right, we are back, and here is the second layer. All right, well, as the first thing I noticed immediately is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcana cards out of 9. That's a lot. That is like some deeper stuff going on here than just surface stuff. This is like major event, right? All right, let's start here in the middle. We have the Emperor, the Eight of Pentacles, and Justice. So again, with this line, just to remind you, we have the concern there with justice, right? With that justice coming in there, law and order, right? And then here in the middle with the mature woman, the Emperor, bringing in that authority and a strong foundation. She has that strong foundation. She has the authority to bring it. And then on this side, you have the Eight of Pentacles coming in with the courthouse. They've been working on this. They heavily have it detailed and in order. Okay. All this is saying, you guys, It's like, if we don't go on any further, you can rest assured that justice is coming and they have everything in order. Okay. And that is surrounding him currently. Above him, you have the Four of Wands with thoughts, right? The Chariot with the false person, and then the Magician with the message. Okay. So looking at this line right here in the middle, so this, because this is right above current. So right above them, what's right above them is the Chariot and the false person. So the Chariot is bringing in, for him, a lot of trouble, conflict. And I'm so sorry. With this false person that he portrays constantly, you guys, I'm going to pause this just for a second so I can get some water. This is ridiculous. I'm not going to go on like this. Hold on. Okay, is that better? A little bit. I mean, not okay. Where were we? I think right here, right? So let's talk about this. We have thoughts and the Four of Wands in reverse here. And the Four of Wands in reverse is just called, it's, if you were going to read it just specifically that, it would be like canceled events or problems, literally problems with personal property, right? Sorry, guys, I don't know what in the world. Anyway, yeah, well, that's the thing. that's this whole story. So where they're really focused, where Letitia is focusing at is his personal property, right? And problems with that is what, so really focusing in on that. On this side, you have the message and the Magician. The Magician is very resourceful, trying to figure this out. Even though, okay, so if you're looking at the case against them, he's trying to throw, he's thrown so many wrenches into it, right? But don't worry. They are resourceful. They've pulled it together. And literally what's going to be bringing him down is his dealings with his properties. Okay, so here's the bottom row that is, again, the energy hasn't quite come in, but it will be coming in. You have the Temperance right below him with the message of concern. And then you have on this side despair in the Fool in reverse. And then on this side you have the Journey and the Ten of Cups in reverse. So let's look directly here. You have the message of concern with Temperance. And again, another major arcana, Temperance. The Temperance brings in balance, usually, like that purpose and meaning. It also talks about self-control and patience. But with this message of concern, I feel like they finally got the piece they needed to pull it together, to balance. They got that piece that they needed, right? And they were patient and they got it against him. It's interesting that this is where the deep dive is taking us, because I thought it would be more like personally what's going on. We do know he's in despair and wants to leave and like that kind of thing. But all right, so here we have despair and the Fool in reverse. And the Fool in reverse is bringing, the despair is coming from because he was reckless. And he sees that now. But he was reckless and neglected things where he needed to be aware of. And he just lives his life like this, like nothing's ever going to happen to me. Nothing's going to happen to me. I'm just going to just go about my life. I can shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and get away with it. That's him in a nutshell, right? Well, not anymore. Not anymore. Here you have the Journey and the Ten of Cups in reverse. The Ten of Cups in reverse is brokenness, misalignment, failure. And he sees this, right? So now let's look at this a little different and just really focus on 45. Let's look at other messages coming in that I'm seeing here. He's been working on a plan because he understands what's happening in the courthouse and that they have everything they need now. And so he wanted to get away, but that is going to fail, right? Failure. It's not going to work. Any of his plans. It's going to get canceled, right? This plan of getting away is going to fail. It's going to get canceled. Okay. Now looking at this connection, you have justice, you have despair, and you have the message coming in. He sees that he has no more tricks up his sleeve. Justice is coming, and he has failed, right? Because of his own carelessness. There's nowhere else to go. He sees he's hanging off the cliff. All right. Okay, what else do we have here? We have, we did that one. So these connections, the false person, the chariot, connected to this and this. Again, he's seeing where he doesn't have the power to get away. There's nothing he can do, right? Or to get it out of justice. Okay, so let's do that next layer. Hold on. All right, here's that layer, the next layer. And before we even move forward, I just, when I saw this one drop in, and again, I'm going to wait to read through them with you, but when I saw this drop in, do you remember when I said it was like, where you can, this is totally where he can just go to Fifth Avenue and shoot someone and it wouldn't matter. And then the gun dropped in on that. I thought that was quite interesting and quite apropos to the reading. I mean, like, not a coincidence, right? All right, so let's take a look. Right here in the middle, we have sunken ship right in the middle. He is sunk, everyone. He and his household are going down. He and his, his business, whatever, organization going down. That's what I'm seeing here. They have his number and they are bringing justice on his home. He is sunk, right? He knows it. All right, so up above him, you have the cauldron, the leap of faith, and the shield. Okay, the cauldron here is talking about trying to figure out something new, like how can I maneuver this? This comes in with that false person too. How can I, and the chariot, how can I maneuver this for me? How can I change this for me? What can I cook up here, right? here is the leap of faith, and that's similar to the Fool card. And he's like, it's kind of like, well, what do I do? He has nothing to grasp onto. He's like, his hands are tied and he has to just kind of go along with the energy where it's going. Although here he's trying to protect himself the best he can with that shield. And very defensive. He's trying to come up with that defense or whatever the best he can, but it's not going to happen. It's going to be shot down, right? Okay, so below here we have, again, the energy that's coming in, not quite here. We have the hot springs, we have Grim Reaper, the hot springs, and the gun. Okay, so this is the end of the journey for him, right? End of the journey. Here in the middle, the message of the concern. He knows he's in absolute hot water here, and everything is being shot down. Like there's nothing, he can't do anything, right? Here we have the shield, the hot, and this. So he's stuck. He's trying. But he can't. He's in too hot. Here you have the wizard, the Grim Reaper, and the leap. And it's the end of the road for him. End of the road to him, the puppet master here. Okay. All right. So that was an interesting direction that Spirit took us on for the 45 dive. And as most of you know, his empire is going to be dissolved right here on the devil card. That Spirit told me to use, that I never use. I use it personally, but I don't use, you've never seen me use this. And I was told to use it, and there you go. And so I feel like that was purpose in that as well. So let's take a look. I'm going to use Andrea's cards now and see what happens. We're going to throw. I'm going to go ahead and turn this back around so we can see each other. You can see me. I can pretend like I'm seeing you, right? All right. One last message with this. Okay, so it's coming out fast. Justice. None. And get ready. All right. Just real quick, we have information coming out. We're going to see it coming quickly. Justice is right in the middle. This is right in the middle. Justice will be served, guys. Just hold on. What is unknown will be revealed. Okay. And get your popcorn. Get your popcorn. All right. Thank you for hanging out with me today and going through this, the layers of what is going on with him right now, this little bit of a deep dive into the energy around him and what's happening. I didn't know what direction it was going to take us, and there you have it. So interesting. All right. Love you guys, and see you all next time. And please join the lives. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because I'm trying to get over 6,000 right now. Right. So we can, celebrate, have a giveaway. All right. Blessings, everyone.
like a bird on a tree. I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me.